pied de resistance. I believe that's how that's pronounced. Hi guys, and welcome back to another Jake Bakes. I'm so excited to have you back in the kitchen. As you can see, I am prepped and ready to go. Today we're making one of my very favorite recipes, which is for cinnamon rolls. It's something that people always ask me for. So let's get in the kitchen and let's get started. We just want to grab a few ingredients. As always, we need our flour, 3½ cups of strong bread, white flour. Then we need 3/4 cups of scalded milk, which is milk that you've just heated to that boiling point and then cooled back down. I have 1 cup of water, about room temperature, 10 grams of yeast or a packet of instant dry yeast, whichever you find. And then I have 1 egg, large, 3 tablespoons of butter, which is softened, 1/2 cup of sugar, and then a pinch of salt. This is for our dough. We'll do the filling after we get this mixed up. Let's get mixing. So I'm going to add yeast to one side, add my sugar near that, not on top of it, but near it. I'm going to add my scalded milk. Milk helps to make this really light and fluffy. Instead of using just water, it adds a little bit more of that fat in there that helps to make a really delicate cinnamon roll. My water and salt. And once this gets going, I'll add the butter, but I'm gonna let this start to mix up first. We wanna get this to a point where it's nice and silky and smooth. So let's get this going. This will take about 3 to 5 minutes, but once it gets to that really nice, pillowy, silky smooth stage, that'll be perfect. I'm gonna add my egg while this is mixing. Alrighty, this looks super good actually. This dough should be really stretchy. See how loosey-goosey and stretchy that is? I love this dough, it's so fun. And it also smells unbelievable. But yeah, you wanted this silky, silky smooth because you're just want to like gather it up like this. So that way we can prove this for about an hour or 2. We just want this to either double or treble in size. If you overproof it, totally okay. It's because we're gonna roll this out, fill them up with all that delicious cinnamony goodness that goes in these precious little cinnamon rolls. Okay, look at that. Our dough is perfectly proofed. See how when I poke it, it bounces back? That means there's lots of air inside pushing out on all that gluten structure, making it nice and big like a balloon. So now we have to roll this out because we need to get all of that cinnamon. So we're gonna roll it out, kind of just like that pumpkin roll we did. There we go. Look at that. Look at how puffy that is. Okay, we're gonna roll this out to a big rectangle. Let's get this. I like to get these pretty thin because the thinner you get it, the more rolls you'll get in like spirals in that cinnamon roll, which is perfect. Alrighty, this is good. Mostly rectangular, mostly. So now I'm just gonna take a couple bits of butter, probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons of softened butter, just so that I can kind of cover this whole thing. If you can't tell, this is not calorie free. Now, I'm gonna add the cinnamon and sugar. I got a cup of sugar and about 3 or 4 tablespoons of cinnamon, depending on how cinnamony you want it. I love, love, love cinnamon. So I'm gonna sprinkle this all on here. And you wanna get a good layer on here, but you don't want it to be like so thick that it won't close or that you just have cinnamon running everywhere. So now we can do the fun part. We do the roll. So now I just take this and fold this first part over because that's going to be the middle roll. So we want that tight. And then I just start rolling it like this, more and more, because you want a little bit of pressure in there so that the roll is good and tight. Roll it all the way up. It's gonna be a long log like this. This is exactly what you want. And then I square off the end of it by taking a serrated knife, square it off, and you'll see cinnamon roll. I like to make them in these little cake tins because they end up being perfect to take with me. I can just throw them away. If you have cake tins at home, they're the 9-inch cake tins. They're perfect for this. I like taller cinnamon rolls. You can make them thinner and then lay them in like a cake sheet or a cookie sheet and make like a big tray of them. I prefer like thicker, tall ones. So let's go about 2 inches, 2.5. Cut straight down. Cut straight down. There we go. So then turn them out. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. These will expand a whole lot. So we want to let these proof for about another hour. We want them to get nice and puffy and big, and then we'll toss them in the oven. But around 350 for about 20 minutes, as long as they get nice and golden, but not too brown because we want them, I like them nice and doughy inside. So let's get these proved, get them in the oven, and I'm gonna eat them. These look so puffy and delicious. You can see they've nicely puffed up. Got the last one to take out of that. Ziploc bags are perfect for this. So I'm gonna get these in the oven at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes, up to a half hour. So get these in the oven. And while these are in the oven, I'm gonna get started on our frosting, the cream cheese frosting, which is the pied de resistance. Now that we've got our cinnamon rolls in the oven and baking and it smells so good in here, we need to work on the cream cheese frosting, which is going to be the highlight of these. It's how can you have a cinnamon roll without cream cheese? It's honestly just blasphemy. And anybody who suggests that, I suggest you cut them out of your life. You don't need that kind of negativity. Gonna be a stick of butter, a 8-ounce package of cream cheese, a dash of vanilla, good vanilla if you can find it, and 2 to 3 cups of powdered sugar, depending on how sweet you like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in my butter and my cream cheese, and we're gonna whip this up, and then as soon as it starts to become pretty like homogeneous and smooth, I'll start feeding in my powdered sugar. Awesome. And be careful when you're adding this in, because if you add it too quickly, poof, you're gonna look like Scarface. Woo! I'm gonna add my vanilla in. Perfect. It's going to be perfect for the cinnamon rolls. When they're still warm, that's when I like to actually frost them, because then the frosting melts over all of them and gets in every nook and cranny, and they're so good. I wish you could smell this house right now because it smells so good. Let's ice these. So I'm gonna go ahead and just plop some icing right on the middle of this one. These are fresh out of the oven, so this is super warm. This allows all of this icing to sort of melt into everything and help to seal in the moisture of these rolls. Now, my favorite part, which is the tasting. Taste this one right here. Look at that. Look at all of that delicious cinnamon in there. Oh my God, this is gonna be so good. Get some icing. I'm gonna take some for this one. These are so good. And you saw how easy this was. Not a whole lot of ingredients. And you can make this amazing thing that all of your friends will love you for, and your coworkers will never stop asking you to make for them. It's perfect. You make friends and you please yourself, which is always the best. And if you really liked this episode, like I know you're gonna like these, all of this cinnamon sugar goodness, then please like, share, and subscribe, because we'll be back in the kitchen. And I wanna see you back here baking with me. And until then, enjoy, bake, bake, bake. Send me your pictures of the things you bake. I love them so much. And we'll see you here next time. No fork. No, okay, cool.